So, have you ever wondered why Google Ads works for some companies and for other companies just doesn't work? And the first thing you want to do is kind of go, well, it's Google that didn't work. So off the back of a really interesting conversation I had with one of my clients yesterday, I thought I'd try and simplify what makes Google work and what makes Google fail in essence. Is it really Google that fails? Well, we'll get onto that. So I'm working for a couple of different industries. I mainly specialise in estate agents and generating leads for them, but I also have several other industries that I work with. One of them being sort of bathroom tiles, kitchens, etc. I've got a few companies now that I work for in that sort of sector. I've got a huge tiling company that I've recently started working with in the Midlands, but they are national as well. And I was on the phone to the owner yesterday, and he wasn't talking about Google. He came to me and he said, look, I can see the numbers of people coming to my website. So I've watched exactly what they're doing, and I know that each person spends this many minutes on the website. I know that on average, they look at 5 pages within the website. I know that they watch one of my videos within the website. So he knows everything about what these clients do once they hit, or potential clients once they hit the website. And therein lies the key. On the complete opposite spectrum, I have an estate agent that came to me recently and said, Clint, Google Ads not really working for us, so we're going to try something else. And I thought, what is that something else? In this day and age, what is that something else? Because high street offices are definitely not as popular as they used to be, or there's not as many footfalls. Still a lot of great companies that have got high street offices that look great and very successful, but you certainly don't get people queuing up on a Thursday after the newspapers come out to book viewings. So that's kind of dying down. Newspapers, as we know, I don't know anyone that still reads the newspapers, so that's now dead. Leaflets have got a return rate of less than 1% now, so that's not working. So if someone is looking for something, you Google it. That is even a saying. You Google it. You don't go and search for it on the internet. You Google it. So, and I would say this as a Google expert, is that every single company out there needs to be on Google and needs to be showing up on Google when people are looking for their product. So this is how I simplify Google and why it works for some companies and why it doesn't. So imagine that someone built a theme park, okay? And then they went to a coach company, so a driving coach, and said, we need you to bring us 1,000 people a day to our amusement park to make sure that we're profitable and make sure that we can keep running. So off go the bus drivers, and they pick up 1,000 people and they bring those 1,000 people to the amusement park. Once they get to the amusement park, one of two things is going to happen. They're either going to look at the amusements there and go, this is terrible. There's no rides open. There's no shops. There's no music. I'm getting out of here. Or they're going to get there and be like, wow, this is incredible. And they're going to go in there and they're going to go on all the rides, and they're going to spend money on lunch, and they're going to spend money on souvenirs, and they're going to spend money on these games that you play. And Google is very similar. What Google does is Google is a vehicle to bring the right people to your website. That's it. It doesn't warm them up along the way or, tell them that they've just brought them to the best company ever. That's the job of the website. That's the job of wherever you're driving the traffic. That website needs to look amazing. So one thing to take away from this, and one thing that you can certainly go and look at, or a couple of things I'll give you. Number one, how entertaining is your website? Look, I'm not talking about, you go onto it and there's music and bells and whistles. What I'm talking about is if someone searches, what is my house worth, or buy kitchen tiles, or whatever the client is searching for, when they get to the website, what are they getting? So if you are an estate agent, for example, and someone searches nearest estate agent to me, bang, the advert comes up because you've got a brilliant Google guy, and someone clicks into that advert and they get sent to the website. Once they land on that website, how long are they spending on that website? What are they looking at? And are you giving them what they've searched for? So it's absolutely pointless if someone searches for new builds near me and they get to your website and there's absolutely no new builds on there. Guess what? They're just going to come out your website and go to the next advert. So you need to make sure that you have a high converting website. So what I would suggest doing is look at your website, look at what people see as soon as they land on there. Are they going to be entertained? Is there enough on there to keep them engaged with your brand? Once they're engaged with your brand and once they like the website and they're spending minutes, not seconds, on the website, then you can start retargeting these people. They start seeing your advert anywhere and they grow to know, like, and trust you. And that's the key. You want them to know, like, and trust. If I was an owner of a website, what I would do is make sure that as soon as someone was landing on the website, it would be, hi, my name's Clint, welcome to my website, this is what I have to offer. Not just landing on a website that's like, search for properties here, and that's about it. Of course, people are then going to come back out and go look at other pages. So look, if you want to chat further about this, if you want to chat to me about, what does a website look like when traffic gets there, we can talk about that. I'm experienced. I deal with probably about 60 different companies around the country. I know what works. I know what doesn't work. So please, if you are interested in having a chat about Google, why it works, why it doesn't, get in touch on the details below and I'll speak to you shortly. Cheers.